Добро вечер. Индустријата сообраќај од греењето на дрва градилиштата и станбени блокови кои го блокираат протокот на воздухот се само дел од причините за загадувањето на воздухот. Повеќе од јасно е дека решение на краток и среден рок нема. Единствено е можно да се работи на долгорочен план со конкретни мерки, кои би почнале да се применуваат веднаш, а би ги дале резултатите по 5, 10 или повеќе години. Со нас е Армен Григоријан, постојан представник на УНДП, кој спроведува истражување за загадувањето на воздухот во Скопје. Господине Григоријан, интересни резултати во вашето истражување. Може да се види дека горењето на мазут и нафта предизвикува речиси идентично загадување како и градилиштата. Дали редовното миење на улиците како едно од солуциите би можело да го ублажи овој проблем?
Thank you very much. Indeed, UNDP conducted a research using 14 mobile and then static stations for the period of more than 1 year to assess the level of air pollution. Skopje is the most polluted city in North Macedonia, and there were 2 municipalities which came out as the most polluted within Skopje. First one was Lisice, where we conducted the research and also started implementing the activities. Second one was Aerodrome. These activities are conducted with support from the Swedish government, for which we are very thankful to them. Main source of the air pollution seems to be the biomass burning, using of stoves in the winter period for heating, but also for cooking. And I have some data here that in the municipality of Lisice, more than 120 households and families who live there, they were helped or supported with improving their energy efficiency and improving the air quality not only indoor but also outdoor. And this was used in providing replacing old stoves with new stoves, replacing the heaters, replacing new pellet or inverter air conditioning, and co-financing of installing the new pumps. The project also supported replacement of old doors and windows with the new ones, reconstruction of old buildings with the new roofs to improve the energy efficiency of these constructions.
Господине Григоријан, Скопје е град каде што вегетацијата плански веќе се намалува, за да се отвори простор за нови градилишта, нови стамбени единици, се губи зеленилото на секаде во градот. Кажете ми, според вас и вашето истражување, вашето познавање, како може сега да се надополни ефектот кој што ги дава дрвата, кој што дава зеленилото, со намалената површина на која што се простираат во Скопје?
Many cities, including in the region, they face this dilemma of urbanization growing versus green territories within the municipalities. And Skopje is no exception. You will see, there is a lot of construction going on in the city center, which even if it is not at the expense of green territory, it actually has a negative impact on the quality of air in the city. We are working, of course, with the municipality, with the city of Skopje, as well as with Ministry of Environment and Infrastructure on this. And we have 2 successful initiatives to cool down the urban areas, the central part of the city. One which was a very successful initiative jointly with the city of Skopje and Ministry of Environment was on installing on green roof on the GTC, on the Gradski Targovi Centar, which has become an area of recreation and rest for many citizens. And the second one, it was House of Builders, where we also installed a green roof. This is an international practice that is very, apparently it was very well welcomed also by citizens and by authorities here.
Колку зелени покриви би требало да се направат во Скопје, барем за да се намали и температурата и загадувањето за степен 2 според вас?
The science shows that most of the cities in the northern hemisphere that are above 1 million will increasingly get more and more hot. not only because the climate change, but because the way the cities are organized. One of the new approaches that is being used by several cities that are in the same climate zone with Skopje is the approach that is called urban cooling. And for some of the cities, even in the region, the municipalities are recruiting chief heat officers, which basically a person in the municipality that is responsible for cooling down certain areas of the city where you have excessive construction, excessive amounts of beton and cement and asphalt, and very little green territories. I think the closest to Skopje, a city where we have a chief heat officer with whom we have started our cooperation, is the city of Athens.
Интересно. Господине Григорија, некои анализи велат дека делови од Скопје, Капиштец, Влае, населбата и други проекти кои што се веќе изградени во минатото го имаат стопирано протокот на воздух во градот, во Скопје, бидејќи се на директен пат од ветровите од водно. Колку е тоа точно? Кој е вашиот став? Дали е тоа така, не е така?
Yes, we all see this in the city. I'm not an airflow expert or urbanization expert, but I think we take a note and we recognize that air flows in the city can change, and this can change the temperature and the air quality. Perhaps this is another area where we could start, and I invite other partners as well to join our efforts to work with the city of Skopje on understanding what would be the possible solutions for this.
Сообраќајот секако е и вашето истражување покажа, но и општата пракса веќе покажува дека сообраќајот редовно е меѓу првите причини за загадување на воздухот, особено и во Скопје, воздухот кој го дишат скопјани. Затоа ме интересира според вас еколошки возила, подземна железница, субвенции за електрични возила, електрични точаци, тротинети. Дали тоа може, тие се, да речеме, некои од решенијата кои што во моментов се спроведуваат или ќе се спроведуваат, дали тоа според вашето искуство може да се каже дека ќе биде или ќе помогне или ќе биде решение со оглед на експанзијата на Скопје, кој што е политичко-економски центар на државата?
Of course, the air pollution is partially also created by congestion of traffic and a lot of traffic. And the city center of Skopje is like any other city center for a major city, is an accumulation of air pollution due to the traffic. For example, my personal experience is that, in New York, for example, the waiting time to buy Tesla car is more than 1 year now. And this is with full down payment. And New York is not necessarily very polluted because it has the ocean breeze all the time. But what makes it very attractive, and I think this is also an opportunity for city of Skopje for electric traffic to have some endorsement and subsidies from the government. And there are electric cars in the city of Skopje. I have seen taxis, even full electric taxis. But is there an infrastructure for private electric cars, the charging stations? So this is a very complex issue, of course. It requires joining municipality, internationals, private sector, many others, scientific, academia, but I think this is the way to go.
И средства секако за субвенции.
И средства, да.
Господине Григоријан, работите, УНДП работи на повеќе други проекти во моментов. Партнери ви се секако различни домашни институции и локалната самоуправа и општини. Исто така, знам дека работите на еден голем проект во Полошкиот регион за подобрување на отпорноста кон поплавите. Имено, тој е доста критичен регион, во 2015 имаше трагедија таму каде што и загубивме човечки животи. Како УНДП исто така работите и на развој на националната стратегија, клучен стратешки документ кој дава насоки за иден развој, пат во кој што ќе треба да оди Македонија, за развивање на вештини кои ќе бидат клучни во годините кои ќе доаѓаат, а да се спречи оваа појава. Па ме интересира да ни кажете и на нас и на нашата публика нешто повеќе околу овие проекти. Што се случува, кои се вашите предвидувања за нив?
Thank you. I will start with the POLOC initiative that we are working and then maybe move to the national strategy, which actually covers a broader context. Of course, in the POLOC region, due to the very tragic and unfortunate events after the floods of 2015, it was in the center of our attention. And we have a very good cooperation with 9 municipalities in the POLOC region, as well as with the Ministry of Environment. And our donors that co-funds this initiative in this particular case is the Swiss government. POLOC project involves a lot of infrastructure development, but also smart infrastructure development. And we are progressing well. We are bringing international expertise to address it. I'm regularly visiting some of the sites. The works are ongoing. Just to give you, an estimate that to implement this project, the UNDP has signed already more than 30 contracts. And these are implementation contracts that need to be developed, monitored, implemented, supervised. So it's a very complex issue, and I'm very happy to report that we are progressing well on this one. And we have full support from the mayors of these 9 municipalities that have agreed to work collectively with us as one unit. Second part of your question is on the on the national development strategy. This is probably the umbrella of all our work because it includes diverse areas of our cooperation with national authorities at the central, but also at municipal level, as well as with academia, with civil society, with private sector. National development strategy is aligned now with the President's initiative on MKD 2030, and the national development strategy is from Prime Minister's office that also has a 20 years period. We are working with the Deputy Prime Minister's cabinet on this. At this stage we have 20 sectoral baseline studies completed that identify primary important areas of attention that national development strategy should focus on.
Некои од нив се, some of them?
Some of them education, youth, ensuring that people are actually staying in Macedonia rather than migrating. Climate is another one, including air pollution. So I think in this respect, National Development Strategy is a major initiative that we are undertaking, but perhaps it requires a separate discussion because it's very comprehensive. It's a big process that we are involved in.
Голем доклучен процес, секако. За крај би сакал да ве прашам, секако загадувањето на воздухот е сериозен проблем и ги тангира сите граѓани, сите жители и во Скопје, во Македонија, во светот. Конкретно, второто што исто така привлекува внимание или ги загрижува луѓето е водата за пиење. Вие направивте истражување за изворот Расче, која е на планината Жеден, за проверка на квалитетот на водата. Од изворот Расче со вода за пиење се снабдува Скопје и скопјани, повеќе од пола милион граѓани. Што покажаа вашите резултати?
Thank you. Skopje region in general, based on our assessment, is very rich on groundwater, and most of it is useful for drinking. So it's very rich in groundwater, which is drinking water. The main source of drinking water is identified as a Rashe spring, which has approximately 100 million cubic meters of water, which is sufficient to cover up to 90%, if I'm not mistaken, of drinking water requirements for the city of Skopje. We are working and cooperating with this on the city of Skopje, with public water management system, and this study reveals that the resources are available. What is probably needs to be reinforced is the right way of using these resources. One more maybe aspect that I would like to underline is that UN has many days that it announces during the year, and this year there is a year of water also, And the specific theme for this year was underground water. As part of this initiative, we have conducted a geolocation and mapping of ground water sources in the city, in the center of city of Skopje. And I'm very happy to see that there are a lot of volunteers who joined the process and non-governmental organizations that joined the process. And we are now working with the municipality of Skopje of actually uploading this into city municipality website so that it can have public people access.
Кога станува збор за подземните води,
Да.
Што станува со загадувањето на почвата, кое што директно влијае на подземните води? Дали имате некои резултати во врска со тоа?
I don't know if there is a system that covers the whole city of Skopje that actually assesses and recommends the underground water for specific needs. Our study shows that in general, up to 85 or 90% of the underground water is good for drinking. But this is a snapshot of information because the information can change. One of the things that we have noticed is that in winter period it is more polluted than in summer period. The other thing that we noticed is that if the streets are washed regularly, then the quality of water improves. So there are a lot of components that need to be taken into consideration. It's a major initiative, to be honest. We are working with the city of Skopje on this, and we hope that we will have also other partners joining us.
Господин Григоријан, ви благодарам на вашето време, на вашите одговори. Загадувањето на воздухот е секогаш битна работа за граѓаните и во Скопје и во Македонија. Драги гледачи, ве поканувам, останете на програмата на Телма.